What's up? Hi, hello everybody. My name is Erika Qualem, and today I am introducing this new section that I have called Hooked on the Book. And I am writing also this section in my blog in Medium, so you can go and check it out. It's here. And the first episode of this series of videos is gonna be about the book Start with Why. Okay, so yeah, let's get inside. So as you can see here, I have just summarized what the book is about, the pros and the cons, and what I think about it. So it's not just a comment, but also a review and trying to summarize the highlights of the book. So basically, this book is written by Simon Sinek, and this guy is kind of a guru in leadership, in trying to help organizations and big companies or corporations to have a better leadership. So basically this book, I have it here, is about leadership, but it can be also a very good work on self-awareness, and I think that is the main reason I would recommend this book, because of the self-awareness journey that you do while reading it. Yeah, so Simon Sinek has a TED talk that I have linked here in my blog, so you can go and watch it. I will leave it also in the description. And also he has written other titles, so I can remember Find Your Why, Leaders at Last, and Together is Better. But yeah, those are some among others, and basically he writes all the time about leadership. So getting into the book, I would you can see here Simon. I would say that this book has a clear main concept, that is the 3 questions that you have to ask yourself when you're trying to start any project, or when you are lost and you don't know where you're going and you have lost your purpose in life, kind of. And these questions are why, how, and what. Okay, and these questions are very much linked with clarity of why, discipline in how, and what was it? Clarity, discipline, and coherence in what. So basically what it says is, and the author in the book, it goes on and on about this concept, that these 3 questions are the main ones that you have to ask yourself, and you have to ask them in the proper order. So that is something very, very important. So you have to start with why, then go on to the how, and then ask for what. And as I was saying, and I was trying to say, you have to do it with clarity in why, with discipline in how, and with I always miss that one. What was it? Coherence in what. And I was trying to explain that means you have to have a very clear idea of what you are, why you are doing what you're doing. You have to have a high commitment to your purpose or mission, that is your why. So that is your how. And so for example, it cannot be that you will lose faith on your project or your mission along the way. So you have to have faith and discipline on facing the problems that will come up, and understanding that the journey is not a straight line, that the journey is up and downs all the time. So discipline in that, and then coherence in the what. So what every action you take, every step you take towards that goal or that aim or that final idea or purpose that you have in mind must be coherent. Doesn't mean that there will be no contradictions, because there will be, okay? But contradictions and coherence are different things. So how can I explain this? So coherence is a subtle and more deep guide that you have in your behavior, but your actions can be contradictory, right? So it's a bit confusing. Also, so this is, I think, the main idea of the book, basically. But also I wanted to mention that this book has very, very, very good concepts and interesting concepts that you should be aware that they are very hidden. So they are not highlighted, and I will talk later on about the pros and cons, but basically this book is a bit repetitive, but if you read through it, you will see that some very, very for me very interesting and valuable ideas are just mentioned, and he will just mention them and go through them, but not dedicate any chapter or anything like that. So these kind of ideas that I'm referring to is, for example, one that resonated a lot with me was the idea to fit somewhere, and he just mentions that, but it is very important for someone, for example, like me, to feel that you fit in the culture, in the environment, society that you're living in, right? And that can be extrapolated to the corporative world and the business and all that. So creating an atmosphere that is unique and that is that characterize the place, the business, the corporation. But if you want to apply it to yourself, I think it says basically that you just must be yourself, and then you will find your place by being yourself and not lying to yourself. Also, another idea that was interesting was the concept of a common purpose, and as he always refers to business and corporations, he puts the example of giving a $65 bonus to all the employees from top to bottom, and this was the case of an airline, right? Southwest Airline, a very common example in his book, and basically he was saying that when the CEO did that, took that approach, that he will give a $65 bonus to every employee in the company when all the flights go in time each month. Then all the employees were aligned with a common goal, a common purpose, and that's something that I think is very, very important in a team or in a group. There might be different interests, and in order to work properly and to be a good result at the end, the objectives must be, the common goal must be present, right? sorry. And finally, I just want to mention that there are some pros and cons about reading this book. One is that by repetition you learn the concept of why, how, and what, and and that order that is important, and why. And I haven't mentioned it, but this concept that he develops is called by him the golden circle. So he says that when that is present, and you do that job of self-awareness and thinking about these questions properly, then the golden circle happens, and it's a situation that enables you to obtain a higher aim, right? And then so some cons will be that it's repetitive on the other side, and the ideas might be a bit too basic, and also, as I was mentioning, the very good ideas are a bit hidden. But so that is all for me. I think it's a very complete summary of the book, and I will highly recommend reading this book, especially if you take the time to reflect upon these questions and really answer them with time and no rush, and reflecting upon them several times, right? Maybe one day you take an approach, and then the following, and then after reflecting several times you will get your approach, the one that suits you, right? So I think I took a good lesson by reading this book, and I think I will use it in the future. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and leave a comment. I am open to any recommendations of books, and please go and check the Medium page that I'm doing. Also, I'm doing videos on YouTube, as you see, and I'm posting on Instagram and Twitter. So please follow me, and see you next time. Bye.